I have called your, ma'am, don't shake your head at me. Let me tell you something that I do every day, 5 days a week. I log on to this Zoom and I know how to manage my courtroom. I'm ready on McNeil.
Judge McNeil is an AG case, just to let the court know.
Ms. Peterson, the charge is trespass, and the prosecutor has informed me that that is also an attorney general's case. Can you look into this for me? And it's scheduled for pretrial today.
Yes, I can.
All right, I'm going to recall it. Are you able to let me know if you're going to be able to stand in, or if one of your colleagues is going to log in?
Sure, just give me like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. I'm going to put Ms. McNeil back in the waiting room. I mean, ma'am, don't do that. Don't do that, because then I will put you last. Don't act like you're the only case we have here today. Don't act like if you were down at 36th District Court, you wouldn't be sitting waiting. You get the opportunity to wait in the comforts of your own home. So don't do that. We don't do that. But if you have somewhere else to be, feel free to go. You have a court date this morning. You should have blocked off the morning for your court date. Good morning, Mr. Riggs.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm assuming you logged in on the McNeil case?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And then let me release Ms. Peterson on the other case. That person never came back. Okay, then I am ready on McNeil and then Garner in that order. All right, this is case number 194560801, the people of the state of Michigan versus Sanita Denise McNeil. The defendant is charged with 1 count of trespass, disassociated person, I think. Yes. And today is the date set for a pretrial. Appearances, please.
Judge, may it please the court. My name is Richmond Riggs, P33863. I am an assistant attorney general. I appear on behalf of the people of the state of Michigan.
And Ryan Murad, P83665, on behalf of Ms. Sanita McNeil, who's present on Zoom this morning. Ms. McNeil, please unmute your device and state your name for the record, ma'am.
Sanita McNeil.
Your full name, please.
Sanita Denise McNeil.
Today is the date set for pretrial conference. How are we proceeding?
Judge, if I may, I don't have the file right in front of me, but I believe that the defendant is not a disassociated person. I believe this trespass charge results from prior convictions for assault with a dangerous weapon and fraudulent activity within the casino. And therefore, Michigan Gaming Control Board served her with an exclusion notice that she was not permitted in any of the 3 Detroit casinos.
Okay.
She is not self-excluded. She is excluded by the MGCB.
Thank you, Mr. Riggs. Thank you. Okay. So, Mr. Murad, how are you proceeding?
So, Your Honor, typically I'd make a motion for dismissal based on the complainant's failure to appear, but it sounds like there's a bit more going on here. What I'm going to ask the court.
There is no complainant. What do you mean?
Exactly. So, what I'm going to ask the court to do is to adjourn the matter. Or maybe set it for final pretrial conference. That way, Mr. Riggs and I can maybe work something out, and I can get the discovery, and we can move from there.
Okay. The court will continue a not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. McNeil. And let me tell you what I found interesting. So earlier, when Ms. Peterson was here, and then I asked Ms. Peterson if she was able to, do the case because it was an AG case and then whatever. And then Ms. McNeil made that face, and then I addressed the face and whatever. Then I didn't even realize at that time that it was scheduled at 8:35, right? So what does that mean? Right. Well, we know what that means. So let me just put on the record what it means. It means that the last time it was scheduled, Ms. McNeil didn't show up. So that is so funny to me that the court did not put a warrant out for her arrest. gave her another opportunity to show up for court, and then she had the nerve to have an attitude because we were trying to figure out who the prosecutor was. Ma'am, don't do that in my courtroom because it won't work out for you. It definitely will not work out for you. Additionally, I try my best to these days, because I haven't always tried my best in this area, to not I don't know, do whatever. But the appropriate way to sit in court is not with your arms folded like that. So that's not the appropriate way to sit in court. And then I'm gonna address bond. I'm gonna address bond at the end of it all, because I keep telling people that me and my staff, we don't come to court for people. I don't know anything about what happened at that casino, right? What I'm doing here is managing a courtroom. Miss McNeil continues to roll her eyes at me, to huff and puff at me. When I woke up this morning, tired, because I am still drained, right? When I woke up this morning tired, I did not wake up and say, oh, I'm so excited to go to work so the people can roll their eyes at me, smack their lips at me, and treat me as if I arrested them, charged them, and now am presiding over their cases. I come to this job and I try to do my best in this courtroom. But what I won't do is have people who have their own issues come here and bring their issues to me. You have smacked your lips at me several times. You have rolled your eyes at me several times. And the thing of it is, I grew up at 6115 Seneca on the east side of Detroit. I am the queen of eye rolling, the queen of lip smacking, and I'm the queen of some other stuff that my job constrains me from. So let's not go there with me, because I have tried my level best to not only, I have tried my level best, but if you roll your eyes at me one more time or smack your lips at me one more time, I am going to revoke your bond, and then we can manage this case while you're in the Wayne County Jail. Don't do that again. You're being rude and disrespectful. And I have not done anything to you. I have not done anything to you. So if you choose not to come to court appropriately on Zoom, if you have a problem with me saying that you're not supposed to be linked up on the table with your arms folded, let's just come in court in person and you can stand up at that podium. And then I wouldn't have to worry about you leaning in on that table with your arms folded.
Your Honor, with respect, I'm not even rolling my eyes at you, not even being disrespectful at all at
I
you.
want you to, that's not how it works. So I don't know what that means, Your Honor, with respect, but also if you have something that you want to say, ask if it's okay for you to speak, and then wait to be acknowledged. All right, Mr. Murad, how are we proceeding today? Because as I said, I'm the queen of eye rolling. I know when people are rolling their eyes at me. And I also know I can look at you and see your lips smacking. But here's the thing. We're live on YouTube. That video is still going to be on YouTube. So you, after this court appearance, can go back on YouTube and watch it for yourself. Mr. Murad, I apologize. How are we proceeding?
So, Your Honor, we're asking the court to have the matter set for a final pretrial conference for the purpose of Mr. Riggs providing discovery and hopefully us talking about a potential resolution.
Court is going to set the matter for final pretrial conference, August the 24th, 2022 at 9:00 a.m. Discovery should be submitted to the defense by July the 25th, 2022. Bond will continue with absolutely no contact with any Michigan casino. I'm sorry, Detroit. You said she's banned from the Detroit casinos. Okay. So no contact with any Detroit casino. That's the MGM Grand, the I don't even know the casinos anymore.
Greektown,
The
and
Motor City and
Greektown and
Greektown.
Motor City. Thank you. Oh yeah, Greektown, Motor City, and MGM. No contact with those casinos. Anything further?
Nothing on behalf of the people, Judge.
and Your Honor, just briefly, I want to take an opportunity to apologize on behalf of Ms. McNeil and take responsibility for some of this. When I talked to Ms. McNeil in the breakout room, me seeing this at 8:35, seeing a trespass matter, I was under the impression that if a complaining witness wasn't present here, it would be a dismissal. So Ms. McNeil and I really were discussing that course of action. And I think, when she heard the record, she was a bit surprised and maybe exhibited some facial reactions that she shouldn't have. I'd like to take full responsibility for that, Judge. I'm going to talk to Ms. McNeil. We're going to get that together, and that shouldn't ever happen again.
I started putting up this, I started putting this up right here. You all know what I put up. I started putting this up right here when the people were, playing and, the court videos on YouTube and, putting them on their channel and everything. And I started putting up this right here. The judge that is presiding over the I'm having brain freezes this morning. Johnny Depp, is that his name? Yeah, Johnny Depp and her, the judge that's presiding over that trial, they don't put anything up like this on their screen. So it's being, like, and so do you know there are like hundreds of memes out and TikToks, it could be thousands, I don't know, of those facial expressions and whatnot that they make in court. Facial expressions are something, right? They're something. And whether or not Ms. McNeil was surprised about that it wasn't going to be dismissed, because certainly I would hope that you would have said it's possible that it could be dismissed, or it's most likely to be dismissed. I would hope that you would have said, but the judge could do whatever she want to do, because the judge can do whatever she want to do, right? So even if that complainant didn't come, the judge can do whatever she want to do within the bounds of the law. That's why when we take a plea, I say, has anybody threatened you or promised you anything? That's why when I take a waiver, I say, has anybody threatened you or promised you anything? Because nobody can promise anybody what I'm going to do, because I'm the only one know what I'm going to do. I'm the only one. So nonetheless, she still shouldn't have been smacking her lips and rolling her eyes, no matter what she was smacking her lips at and rolling her eyes at. Because this is the judicial process, and it is to be reverenced. I know that there's a lot of Zoom courtrooms that make a mockery out of this judicial process, but let me tell you what courtroom is not going to ever make a mockery out of this judicial process, and it is Judge Bryant in courtroom 339. I appreciate that, Mr. Murad, because I was not aware that it was not a disassociated person's case either, or, the trespass usually is a private citizen. Like, that's usually a private citizen. And so sometimes it doesn't work out that way. Nonetheless, I accept your apology on behalf of your client. And of course, we all know that I won't even remember it the next time. All right. Anything further?
Nothing on behalf of the people, Judge.
Nothing further. Thanks again, Judge.
All right. You're welcome. And you're all set. Have a great day. Thank you for logging in, Mr. Riggs. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Judge. Stay safe.
All right. You as well. Miss Neal, remove the hat. Miss Neal, we have been waiting on you all day.
I've been on here.
Miss
since
Neal,
5:30
stop.
this
Don't
morning.
interrupt me. Do not interrupt me. First of all, get off that bed, and we don't want to see your legs.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Second of all, you came in for a minute this morning, and then you have been gone all day.
I've been on here.
Miss
5:30
Neal,
this
Miss Neal,
I'm sorry. Please don't do me like that. I'm sorry.
Miss Neal, you have been gone all day. I have called your, ma'am, don't shake your head at me. Let me tell you something that I do every day, 5 days a week. I log on to this Zoom and I know how to manage my courtroom. I see everyone who is in the waiting room. I see them when they come in and I see them when they go out. You were in the waiting room briefly this morning. I have called your case, I don't know how many times, and you have not been here. Everyone who was in the waiting room has already been to the breakout room, has already spoken to the lawyers. I have finished my docket with the exception of 2 cases, and I am getting ready to start a trial. So do not tell me that you have been in my waiting room. You have not. I have asked on numerous occasions, where's Ms. Neal? She was here for a minute. She's not here. The prosecutor who was on your case has been dismissed since 10:15. They've been gone since 10:15. Why? Because Ms. Neal was not here. Mr. Murat, I am going to send Ms. Neal to a breakout room. However, the prosecutor is gone. We will not be handling Ms. Neal's case today, and she's in danger of having her bond increased. So you all talk, no ma'am, don't lean up on that counter like that, no ma'am.
Ms. Neal, just sit back.
No ma'am, stand back up, and Mr. Murat has muted you because he's trying to prevent you from going to jail. So let's listen to this. Mr. Murat has muted you. We cannot hear what you're saying. Now, he muted you because he's trying to prevent you from going to jail. But let me be clear about this right here. I am Judge Lanice Bryant. Whatever you have to say to me, you better change your tone and change your facial expressions. Whatever you have to say to me, whatever you think you have to say to me, you better change your tone and change your facial expressions. Because of the people that are on this screen, there's only one that's in danger of going to jail, and that would be you. Number 2, when I put you in the breakout room, please take that opportunity to go change your shirt. White t-shirts are not allowed in court. Ma'am, I'm not going to do this.
Can I just do a quick breakout room with her? I think
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. She's going to stand back too far, and we're going to see those shorts that she also has on, which are not appropriate for court. However, since we're on Zoom, as long as she's appropriate from the top up, then we don't care about the fact that she has on shorts for court because it's on Zoom. So I'll put her in a breakout room. I clearly see that she's in need of one. And when you go into the breakout room, please explain to Ms. Neal who Judge Bryant is. I'm ready on price before you go deal with Ms. Neal. I'm ready for the people who came to court and stayed in court appropriately.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, this is case number 076591101. This is the people versus Terica April, January, maybe. Neal. Defendant is charged with 1 count of gambling. Today was the date set for a pretrial conference. Appearance, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Ms. Terica Neal. Ms. Neal, ma'am, please unmute and tell the judge your full name.
Terica April Janae Neal.
Today was the date set for pretrial. The prosecutor was present. The prosecutor was released at 10 o'clock. As I previously stated, Ms. Neal was present for a minute and left and came back at the end of the docket. Court is going to adjourn the matter. What day am I giving? Judge, we are at today, Wednesday, July 6th. July 6th. Same time, what time she said, 8:25. Be on time and stay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.